going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me. Do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use a can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried. I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, this crazy. I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up, and look like I'm foreign cars, driving fast. I never done this before. Get on out my problems. Let me. When I've been magic with the gang, we ball out. It can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing.
It's lonely on top of the throne. I am a king, not a pawn. Hop on a jet across the globe. I guess the world is my home and there's so many milks. Bird in my dome and like turbulent air. I'm switching these flows. If you look at my neck, boy, I'm letting it snow. I'm sturdy as hell as a vessel alone. They showing me love in my city. Gangs ain't hippies. Women like Nicki know what I'm about. I'm not. The stereotypes, they do not fit me. I'm bigger than life. Gave everyone dogs. I'm not a guard. Go hard with a squad. I'm playing my part, but them LeBron. Rings to the team. I feel Jackson and hard. The homie calling from a cell. A couple of homies be making it. I just want all of them dudes to do well. Not worry about taking a couple of L's. Don't sin for me, just win for me. Don't kill for me, just live for me. Keep it real for me. We eat together, leave the bill for me like. Hand on my heart, I give it all I got. Walk the walk and talk the talk. Take it higher, that's a God. Hand on my heart, no, I give it all I got. Walk the walk, talk the talk. Take it higher, that's a God. Never stopping, that's a must. Always winning, never lost. GPS, I never lost. GPS, I never lost. Who do it better than me? Yeah. Vision on 2020. Yeah. VVS, Clippity. Yeah. Determination, laser focus. Banging on they know they taking notice. Determination, laser focus. Banging on they know they taking notice.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us about 20 miles south of downtown LA at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Tonight, we wrap up Week 11 with a good Monday nighter between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Los Angeles Chargers. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Check safety. Look at me, zipper.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Look at me. Go.
Check 99. Check 99.
Ready?
Throwing on third and long. Newell, he's going to loft one deep left side. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how we wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey, because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
44.
Mike, 44. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Joker.
Half 85. Here we go.
Give them 12 yards there, and the Chargers have a first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. Nifty move by Gordon. 31 yards there and a first down. I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
Watch the screen.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it second and goal. Now Allen. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism, because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs, so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Josh Allen, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
Yeah, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And all the way to the opposite 45. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Throwing now is Allen. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. That's Foster hauling it in over the middle.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. They're going for it. Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Come on, set, 8, read. Recon, 132 fighter.
Let's get off the field, D. Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush. 2.
They run. It's Gurley. And good pursuit yet again by the Chargers as they stuff him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Uchenna Nwosu racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. So a first quarter sack, and remember, keep in mind he had 2 sacks in last week's game.
And it's always intriguing to me to watch these great pass rushers because some of them, they need their teammates to scheme for them. Maybe occupy people and make it a one-on-one matchup. Other guys, they just defeat everything in front of them. To get 2 sacks in a game, it's a little bit of both for you.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Check, 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 check. 57's the mic. 57's the mic. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
On 1st and 10, Newell. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly for 6. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter. And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's spilling them in the offensive backfield.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. On 3rd down, this is Melvin Gordon. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the 1st. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And fresh off the pick 6. They've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On second down, it's Gordon. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. It was the linebacker, Devin White, there to knock it away.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. Allen going to go on 4th down. And that is going to be incomplete. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Off the play fake. Newell. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Need something for deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Hey, box truck.
From the gun, Newell, and the pressure gets to him again. Uchenna Nwosu, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Looking here for Smith downfield. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. 2nd and 9 now. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And he is going to lose yardage here. Give them a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Newell, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. Demonstrated time and time again.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 21-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On 2nd down now, it's Gordon. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
3rd down and 7.
And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Let's see what you got. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a 1st down as well.
You go tight. Alert. You got tight right there. Kill. Middle. Kill. Check.
General West.
Throwing on 1st down is Allen. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
Alert.
51 to Mike. 51 to
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Allen. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call.
Pass 85.
Here's Allen. Over the middle, complete. It's Foster. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the 1st down due to the previous penalty. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
And it appears the offense is going to try this again. They've yet to convert the first 3 times on 4th down, but they're going once more. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Uchenna Nwosu in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Check 43.
Gurley. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts us down to a 3rd and about 5. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Get that quarterback. Hey, alert. Pilot, 64, weak. Check 25, check 25.
Here's Gurley. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will up the score now. It's 23-zip. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick-6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick-6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
51's the mic, boy. 51. Get in the way. Go.
Allen again here on 2nd and 10. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
This time they stay on the ground, and they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the second quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. You might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
Fielded just inside the 20. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
I want that. Give me that ball. You're out. Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense.
Check three, check three, check three. 57's the mic. Watch 57. Hey, pick your game up. Switch, switch.
Recon, 132 fighter. Back, back, back. Get it.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. The Charger drive about to get going. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. To throw, it's Allen. Throw left side, complete to Foster. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Rush in. Rush in.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. But you just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
We got 4.
Going for it on 4th down. Allen looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Foster. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Allen to throw once more. Throw to the right here to Gordon. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. On 3rd down, Allen gets it to Gordon. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
51's the mic.
They do go for it. Here's Allen. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Chris Jones. And the Jags take over in terrific field position.
30 base.
I don't think you got it, sir. Hey, switch.
80 weapon.
Hey, watch it, watch it.
5.
Time to establish the run game here. Gurley. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Todd Gurley, touchdown number 15 on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and the lead will swell by one more. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Allen. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. And I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Allen now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Hey, Delta.
Mike 51.
Now Allen again. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short, definitely was a great time to dial one up.
So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Alert, alert, alert. Hey, Haywood.
Now Allen to throw again. That is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, LA. Vincent Smith, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are able to get a score back. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. The last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me trying to get to the airport. The roads will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
15-9. Go. Bravo! Check Mike 57, Mike 57. Silver. Check 6-6, bullet high.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Ready.
57. All day, punt. Watch tight end. You got 3 down.
Yep. Buzz.
57's the mic.
All day, baby, all day.
57's the mic. Watch 57.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here.
Mike's 57. 57's Mike.
Go on.
Check.
Throwing on third and long. Newell. He's going to look deep down the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. To return is Taylor. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Allen now on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
On second down, it's Gordon, and he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on third and very long. Here's Allen to throw it. And that's caught by Smith. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Hey, exit.
51's the mic.
Man, that's trash.
From the gun, it's Allen. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 more yards there and another first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route. and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Allen. His throw incomplete.
Intended for number 17. Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd.
Mike 5'9".
Go!
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me.
Now Allen to throw. Operating from the gun. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
Hey, echo.
So they're going for it, and here's Allen. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get that
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. The busy night continues for Gordon as he gets it here. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And that's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't they?
And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
General West. Go.
Another carry now for Gurley. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Back to throw. Newell. And he completes it to Westbrook. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42.
But it brings up fourth down.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Check 9. Check. Hey, orbit. Ready.
On 4th down. Newell. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Charger defense stands tall and they get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him with contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Watch QB drop.
And here's Allen throwing again. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Troy Apke. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Credit the tackle there to Uchenna Nwosu.
2nd and 10. At the Chargers' 38-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
2 times. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. 3 down. Showing it. Smooth. Pilot, 64, weak. Shoot.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first.
Set the tone, defense, let's go. Jim, recon, 132 fighter. Hatchet. Check 52. Get it.
They try right side here, Gurley. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. This is Josh Lambo. He hit from 57 a year ago. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And they're not going to get the snap off. This might back him out of field goal range. That's going to set him back 5 yards. Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
51's Mike. Mike's 51.
Focus, defense, focus. Go.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Smith. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. To the air. Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Team 6. Mike 51. Mike 51.
Watch the out. Watch the out.
Alert.
51's the Mike. 51's the Mike.
Allen will try again on second down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game film from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Josh Allen. And the Jags take over in terrific field position.
Topper!
57. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Watch 5.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Uchenna Nwosu, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign.
Go. Under 10. 10.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. So that'll back them up 5.
Let's go. 70. Indy.
Know your job.
6 guys. 6 out.
Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Shift. Protein spill.
Yet another carry here tonight for Gurley. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. And Lambeau, he missed it. He missed it left. No good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Mike. 44 is Mike. Check.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Montez Sweat in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Allen going to go on 4th down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Jags take over in terrific field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Gurley. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Again, they run with Gurley. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Hey, box drop.
Get ready.
49, 6'6", pull it high.
Watch twins.
Let go.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Well, partner, even though my phone alarm failed me this morning and I missed our AM workout, we still made it through this thing together, didn't we?
Well, you always know I need extra workouts just to keep up with you, so it doesn't matter. But thanks for sharing a booth, and thanks for being our quarterback.
Yeah, you're the quarterback. Always a pleasure, my friend. So for the Jaguars, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they suffered just their 2nd loss as they drop to 8-2 now on the year. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. Good night, everybody.